Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time I'm going to be doing it on Cambridge Lower Secondary Progression Test for Mathematics Stage 9 Paper 2 2022. We are allowed to use the calculator. Let's start. Question 1. A plant is 6.2 centimeters tall. The height of the plant increases by 11% each week. Find how tall the plant will be after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, that means it will be increased by 11% twice because 2 weeks and per week increased by 11%. So increase by 11% means increase by 0.11. That'll be 1.11 times the original. So 6.2 into 1.11 twice. That means it'll be 6.2 into 1.11 squared, right? And let's get our calculator out for this. Here we go. 6.2 into 1.11 squared. That's equal to 7.63902 centimeters. That's the answer. Let's go to question 2. Pierre says, I think of a number n, multiply by 4, then I square, then I add 6. Write down an algebraic expression for Pierre's rule. So he thinks of a number n, and then he multiplies by 4, so 4n. And then he squares it, so 4n the whole square. And then he adds 6. So 4n the whole square plus 6. That's the answer. Question 3. Draw a ring around each of the rational numbers. So first, what is a rational number? A rational number is any number x by y where x and y are both integers and y is not equal to 0. It can be a fraction or it can be an integer. Square root of 8100 is equal to 90, so this is a rational number. Next, 22 by 7, it's a fraction, so it's also a rational number. By the way, 90 is an integer, so it's rational. 7, of course, it's an integer, so it's rational. The square root of 7, this is not a rational number because it's not a perfect square. 7 is not a perfect square. And this will give a non-recurring decimal, but it continues forever. Now the cube root of 8. Cube root of 8 actually has an integer answer. It's 2. That's why this is also a rational number. That's the answer. Question 4. A line is drawn on the grid. Find the equation of this line. So we find the gradient first, m, and we find the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is quite easy to find. Where does it intersect the y-axis? At y equals 3 or at the point 0, 3. So y-intercept is 3. C is equal to 3. Now m is equal to the change in y by the change in x between 2 points. So the change in y between, let's take any 2 points. We'll take these two. 0, 3, 2, 4. So that will be equal to 4 minus 3 by 2 minus 0, which is equal to 1 by 2. So m is 1 by 2, c is equal to 3, y equals half x plus 3. That's the answer. Question 5. Oliver and Mia attempt this question. Round 0.027648 corrected 3 significant figures. Oliver says the answer is 0.028. Mia says the answer is 0.0276. Tick to show who is correct, Oliver or Mia. Explain why the other answer is not correct. The answer is actually Mia's one, 0.0276. Why is because significant figures actually do not count starting zeros. What do I mean by that? The zeros at the start of a decimal number, like there's 0.027648 in this. The zeros, the two zeros over here are not counted in significant figures. So actually 2 is the first significant figure, then comes 7, then comes 6. So these three are significant figures. 4 is the fourth digit, and because it's less than 5, we don't change the number, so 0.0276. That's the answer. Question 6. Draw a line to match each scatter graph to the best description. So this graph, we can see it's a positive correlation. It's going in this direction, upwards. But then it's not that strong. It doesn't form a line that easily. So it's a weak positive correlation, like this. Now for the second one, we can see it's going in a negative slope. But then it actually forms a line really easily. So it's a strong negative correlation. Next is this one. It goes in the positive direction, upwards. And it also forms a line very easily. So this is a strong positive correlation. The last one, it's going downwards as you can see. But then it's actually quite weak in the negative direction, because these don't form a line that easily. There's a point over here as well. That's why it's weak negative correlation. That's the answer. Question 7. Calculate 0.6 plus 1.78 minus 0.28 the whole squared by 5. So 1.78 minus 0.28, that's equal to 0.6 plus 1.5 squared by 5. Let's get that calculator out. That's equal to 1.5 squared. Let's find that out. 2.25. And then we add 0.6 to it. 2.85. So 2.85 on the numerator divided by 5 denominator. We get 0.57. That's the answer. Let's go to question 8. Safia drives for 4 hours from A to B. Angelique drives at half the speed of Safia. Find how many hours Angelique takes to drive from A to B. So half the speed means twice the time. So twice the time taken, 4 into 2, which is equal to 8 hours. That's the answer. Question 9. The table gives information about the masses of 20 watermelons. A. Complete the table. So the midpoint of the fourth inequality here, that's equal to 8 plus 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 18 by 2, 9. So 9 is the midpoint, x. F into x, which is frequency into midpoint, 5 into 9, which is equal to 45. And the total over here, which we need to find, 6 plus 20 plus 63 plus 45, 134. B. Calculate an estimate of the mean mass of these watermelons. So the mean mass is the total divided by the number of watermelons. So that'll be 134 by 20. Let's get our calculator out. So 134 divided by 20, we get 6.7. 6.7 kilograms is the answer. Let's go to part C. Explain why our answer to part B is an estimate. We are using the midpoint to find the total, right? But the midpoint, we cannot say that that is actually the mass of all of the watermelons in this range. It could be, for example, this range, 2.5 or 3.5, or it could be even different from that. It could even be 2 kg, which is the lowest possible, or 3.9 kg. So there's a lot of different values. It doesn't have to be just 3, but because we are only considering the value 3 for all of the watermelons mass 3 kg, because we are considering only 3 kg, 5 kg, 7 kg, and 9 kg, because talking about all four of the midpoints for the mass, this is not an accurate value. It's just an estimate. That's the answer. Question 10. Lily counts the number of people on the 12 buses that arrive at Puigul bus station in one day. She draws a stem and leaf diagram of her results. Lily made some mistakes on her stem and leaf diagram. Redraw it correctly below. So first thing we can realize is, for this one over here, it's written 44 first and then 41. But then it always needs to be ascending order from left to right. So actually it should be 41 and then 44, like that. And the second thing is, there's a duplicate of 27. There are two 27s in the list, but in the stem and leaf diagram, she has only drawn one. As you can see here, there's only one 7, there's not two. But we need to draw another 7, and then draw the 8 and 9. So these two are the mistakes, and we can redraw the stem and leaf diagram by correcting it. Like this. 8, 1, 6, 7, 9, 23, and then two 7s, 8, 9, 3, there's no 30 anything, so we go to 4s, 41, 44. And after we've done this diagram, we have to just write the keys, so we just write this, right? Well, actually, this is also wrong. Why? Lily actually counts the number of people on the 12 buses that arrive, not the number of buses which arrive. But then over here, she's written 1, 6 represents 16 buses. It's actually 16 people. So we can write it down like this. 1, 6 represents 16 people. That's the answer. Question 11. The exterior angle of a regular polygon is 40 degrees. Draw a ring around the number of sides it has. So the exterior angle of a shape is equal to 360 by the number of sides. So that means n is equal to 360 by the exterior angle, which is equal to 360 by 40, 9. That's why 9 is the answer here. Question 12. Some equations of straight lines have been placed in the Venn diagram. Okay, write down a description of the straight lines in set A. So as you can see in set A, all the three have coefficient of x as 3. So straight lines with x coefficient equals 3. In other words, we can write that as gradient equals 3. B, write down a description of the straight lines in set B. So if you see here, the y-intercept in all four lines is -2. So straight lines with y-intercept equals -2. See, write down the equation y equals -2x plus 3 in the correct part of the Venn diagram. What's the gradient of this? It's -2. That means it should be outside A. And what's the y-intercept? It's 3. It's not -2 here, so it should be outside of set B. So it should be outside both of the circles, like this. Y equals -2x plus 3. You can write it anywhere which is inside this rectangle, but outside the two circles. That's the answer. Question 13. The map shows the positions of two lighthouses, A and B over here. The map is drawn to a scale of 1:50,000. The bearing of ship S from lighthouse A is 80 degrees. The distance of ship S from lighthouse B is 1.8 kilometers. Show the two possible positions for ship S on the map. So first we need to scale this. So let's take 1 centimeter is to 50,000 centimeters. That means 1 centimeter is to 500 meters. So we have 500 meters here. 1.8 kilometers is 1,800 meters. So the scale distance of B to S, so distance from lighthouse B to ship S, which is somewhere in this place there, that'll be 1,800 divided by 500. Cancel out both the zeros here, and we get the answer as 3.6. And in this case, it's centimeters because we are making it to scale over here. 3.6 centimeters is the line we are supposed to be drawing, so that we can connect the point B here and ship S, which will be somewhere there. Let's say it's over here. That means this line should be 3.6 centimeters. Now, let's concentrate on lighthouse A now. I will not be showing you exactly with all the measurements, but I'll show you how to do it and what steps you need to take. So first, for point A, put your protractor so that it aligns with the north line at 0 degrees. And then measure the angle clockwise like this, 80 degrees. Mark the point, and once you do that, draw a straight line like this, where this angle measures 80 degrees. Now for B, we can take the length 3.6 centimeters as the distance of the ship from B. So what do we need to do? We know that the locus of a point is a circle. What do I mean by locus? It means a marking of all the points which are a certain distance from the same point. In a circle, all the points are the same distance from the center of the circle. So whatever you take, this length or the radius of the circle will be the same. That means we need to draw a circle with radius 3.6 centimeters with the center as lighthouse B. So take your compass and then measure the length 3.6 centimeters and simply draw a circle like that. We can see that the circle and line intersect at two different points here. And these 2 points are the possible positions of ship S. Remember that these two distances have to be 3.6 centimeters in the scale drawing and 1.8 kilometers in real life. And also remember, this line should be drawn at 80 degrees bearing from the north line. If we did this correctly, that is the answer. Question 14. Expand and simplify x plus 4 into x minus 7. That will be equal to x squared minus 7x plus 4x minus 28. Using the FOIL method, if you didn't know, it stands for front, which means multiplying the two front numbers in the brackets, then outside, which is multiplying the two outside numbers. That's why negative 7x. By the way, x into x for the front is x squared. Then we have inside, which is multiplying the two inside numbers in the brackets. That's 4x. And then we have last, which is the last numbers in each of the brackets. Multiplying this gives negative 28. And then we simply simplify it. X squared minus 3x minus 28. That's the answer. Question 15. Yuri has a box containing white, milk, and plain chocolates in the ratio white is to milk is to plain equals 12 is to 7 is to 2. There are more than 50 chocolates in the box. Find smallest number of milk chocolates in the box. So there are more than 50 chocolates. And in this one, if this ratio is to be 2, if the ratio is true, that means there should be a multiple of a certain number in the box. And what number is that? 12 plus 7 plus 2, which is equal to 21. So it should be a multiple of 21. So 21 into 3 is equal to 63, which is actually the smallest multiple of 21 greater than 50. Because 21 into 2 equals 42, which is less than 50. This one, 63, is greater than 50, and that will help us to make this ratio true. So out of this, 7 by 21 of the full thing is equal to milk chocolate. I'll just say as milk choc. So that means it'll be 7 by 21 into 63, cancel out. That'll be 21 milk chocolate. That's the answer, 21 milk chocolates. Question 16, rearrange the formula to make x the subject. Y equals 9 by 5x plus 4. That means 9 by 5x is equal to y minus 4 when you bring the 4 to the other side. And that means x is equal to y minus 4 divided by 9 by 5. So that'll be 5 by 9 into y minus 4. That's the answer. X equals 5 by 9 into y minus 4. Question 17. A. Complete the table of values for 3x plus 2y equals 4. If x equals minus 1, x equals 0, x equals 3. So when x is equal to minus 1, substitute it. So this will be minus 3 plus 2y equals 4. 2y is equal to 7. And y is equal to 3.5. So that's what. Now into 0, so that means 2y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 2. That's like that. Now for 3 into 3 is 9. So 9 plus 2y equals 4. 2y equals negative 5. And y equals negative 2.5. B. Draw the graph of 3x plus 2y equals 4 for values of x between minus 1 and 3. So minus 1 comma 3.5 over here, 0 comma 2, and 3 comma minus 2.5 goes down there. This is a straight line graph which goes like this, and we can just label this 3x plus 2y equals 4. That's the answer. Question 18. A cylinder has a radius of 6 centimeters and height of 20 centimeters. Find the total surface area of the cylinder. So the total surface area, TSA, is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Why? Because 2 pi r is the perimeter of the circle. Multiplied by height, we get the area of the curved surface over here. And for 2 pi r squared, it's the area of both the circles there. So that'll be 2 pi into 6 squared plus 2 pi into 6 into 20. And let's get our calculator out. There we are. So 2 into pi into 36, because that's 6 squared, it's equal to 226.195 plus, let's do for a second one, 2 into pi into 6 into 20. We get 753.982. So that's equal to, let's add it up, 226.195, 980.177 centimeters squared. That's the answer. Let's go to question 19. Chen prepares food and drink for his friends. He prepares either samosas or chapatis for the food. The probability he prepares samosas is 0.4. He prepares either tea or coffee for a drink. He's equally likely to prepare both. A. Complete the tree diagram over here. So chapatis is 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6. Drink tea and coffee are equally likely, so each of them are 1/2. And that'll be 0.5. So all of these are 0.5. B. Find the probability that he prepares chapatis and tea. That'll be 0.6 into 0.5, like this, which is equal to 0.3. That's the answer. Let's go to question 20. A cuboid is formed by joining together 4 identical cubes. The total surface area of this cuboid is equal to 54 centimeters squared. These 4 cubes are rearranged to form a cuboid with a different total surface area. Find the total surface area of the new cuboid. Let's take the surface area in these squares here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares over here, which are outside. 18 squares. That means that the area of one square or one face of the cuboid is equal to 54 by 18, which is equal to 3 centimeters squared. Now, for another cuboid, there's only one other cuboid which is possible. So the other cuboid will have these two placed on top of these two, like this. That's going to be the cuboid. And this will have 4 in the front, 4 in the back, and then 2 on all the 4 sides. So that'll be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4, which is equal to 16 squares. Totally there'll be 16 squares or 16 faces in the new cuboid, which is equal to 16 into 3. That's equal to 48 centimeters squared. That's the answer. Question 21. Eva thinks of a number. When she rounds it correct to 2 significant figures, the answer is 43,000. When she rounds it to 3 significant figures, the answer is 43,500. Complete the inequality to show the limits for Eva's number. First, let's calculate the lower and upper bounds for 2 significant figures. So, for 2 significant figures, the answer will be 43,000. So we can see that this is the second significant figure, and it's in the thousands place, right? There's thousands. So first we divide 1000 by 2. 1000 divided by 2 is 500. And then we just add and subtract 500 from this number here, 43,000, to get the lower and upper bounds. When we subtract 500, 43,000 minus 500 over here is equal to 42,500, which is the lower bound. And now 40,000 plus 500 is equal to 43,500, which is the upper bound. Now we can use the same method to find for 3 significant figures. The answer is 43,500. So 43,500, the third significant figure is the 5 here, which is in the hundreds place. So we can do 100 divided by 2, which is equal to 50. And now we can add and subtract 50 from the number 43,500. So 43,500 minus 50 up here is equal to 43450. That's the lower bound. And now 43,500 plus 50 is equal to 43550, which is the upper bound. Now if we combine these together, because you need to narrow down the limit over here as small as possible for the range, so which lower bound is larger? It's this one, right? 43,450 is greater than 42,500. So we use this lower bound, and now the upper bound, which one is smaller, so that we can narrow it down as much. Out of these two, 43,500 is smaller, so we use this upper bound. So 43,450 less than or equal to Eva's number less than 43,500. That's the answer. Question 22. A shape is made from part of a circle center C with radius 4.2 centimeters and a square with sides of 4.2 centimeters. Find the area of the shape. Give your answer correct to one decimal place. So the area of 3/4 of a circle, 3/4 circle, which is just this over here. So the area is 3/4 pi r squared, right? Because pi r squared is the total area of the circle. 3/4 we just do it because it's 3/4 circle. In this case, 3/4 of pi into 4.2 squared. Let's do this on a calculator. 3 divided by 4 into 4.2 squared. We get this. And then into pi, we get 41.563 centimeters squared. Now the area of the square is equal to side squared, which is equal to 4.2 squared here. Let's do that. 4.2 squared is equal to 17.64 centimeters squared. So the total area, I'll die as TA, is equal to 41.563 plus 17.64. Let's do this. 41.563 is equal to 59.2 centimeters squared to one decimal place as asked in the question. That's the answer. Let's go to question 23. Here's a triangle prism ABCDEF over here. ABC is a right angle triangle. BC is equal to 12.1 centimeters. AC is equal to 13.3 centimeters. CF is 2.3 centimeters. Calculate the volume of this triangular prism. So the volume is equal to the area of the cross section, which is the triangle, into the length, which is 2.3. So when you take this triangle, we will see something like this. Right angle, 13.3, 12.1. This is ABC, like this. So for this triangle, we need to find the height here. We found the base, which is 12.1, and we need the height. So we can use Pythagoras for this. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So in this case, A is what we need to find. Let's take A squared as AB plus 12.1 squared is equal to 13.3 squared. And now we can use a calculator. 12.1 squared, 146.41. A squared plus 146.41 is equal to 13.3 squared is equal to 176.89. So A squared is equal to, just subtract here, 146.41. There we are, 30.48. A is equal to square root 5.52 centimeters. So now the volume is equal to half BH multiplied by length, which is equal to half into 12.1 into 5.52. That's the area of this triangle. And then multiply it by the length, which is 2.3 here. So multiply by 2.3, we get, let's do this on a calculator, 5.52 into 12.1 divided by 2, that's equal to multiplying by half. And then multiply by 2.3, we get 76.81 centimeters cubed. That's the answer. And with that, I come to the end of my paper. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.